Well, welcome back to the It's Only Food podcast. Today we have a very interesting topic, very timely right now as we are looking at the news. This is time stamped for the middle of March, and we're looking at coronavirus and the flu season, and the country and the world is gripped with what's going on with coronavirus. So we are dedicating this episode to hand washing and the lack of it. So, my name is Chef John Polite. I have a cooking show over on YouTube called It's Only Food with Chef John Polite. Do me a favor and go check that out when you have some time. Thanks for listening. Be sure to follow, share, and leave a comment. And feel free to stalk me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Those links are all listed in my profile. All right. Well, the CDC, Center for Disease Control, says that only 31% of men and 65% of women wash their hands after using the restroom. We have all seen these people, and we can all cite examples of their disgusting behavior. I love kids, but some of the most disgusting things I've ever seen have been from children. I've always said that Chuck E. Cheese, probably the best thing to do in Chuck E. Cheese is to wear a hazmat suit. If you've ever seen the games, screens in those places, it's pretty gross. We've all had roommates or spouses or coworkers, employees, anybody you know. We all at least know one or two people that have poor hygiene habits and are very gross. If you've ever been into a bathroom at an airport, a grocery store, a restaurant, a casino, anywhere where there's a lot of people, you're going to be visiting the bathroom at one point, and you're all going to know when somebody does their business and then they just walk right out of the stall, right back out into the store or the restaurant to touch everything along the way, and that infects you and everybody else that comes in contact as well with whatever is on their hands, to put it mildly. All right, there's a Far Side cartoon out there I am sharing on my Facebook page that I think you'll all enjoy. It's of a guy coming out of the bathroom and little bells and whistles and alarms go off, and it says, hasn't washed his hands, hasn't washed his hands. So I think that's pretty funny. Check it out on my Facebook page at Chef Polite on Facebook. Basically, people are nasty. This is how germs get spread around. This is what we're seeing right now, and we're seeing a lot of things on social media and on the news about washing your hands, wash your hands properly. It's a shame it's got to come to a worldwide, I'm not going to say outbreak yet because this is a curable disease. But why is it that we just can't wash our hands? Not only when washing your hands does it keep you safe and keeps the germs from spreading on your own self, but you got to have some respect for people other than yourself. And by washing your hands and making sure that you're not spreading things by touching them, that shows that you've got some respect for other people, and you're not going to be giving them the germs. You're not wiping your nose, wiping your butt, whatever, and then going out and picking up the fruit at the store. And I don't want these grapes, so I'm going to put them back, and then you're going to grab a different set of grapes, put them in your cart. That's just one example. We could really get into it, but I'm not going to do that at this point in the podcast because we have so much more to cover here. Anyway, I never have understood the thinking behind not washing your hands after using the bathroom. It's pretty gross what you're doing in there. You're relieving yourself of your body fluids, and you're actually touching parts of your body and coming into contact with those. And then if you don't wash your hands, you're taking everything you just touched and you're walking out into the public with it. So everybody else gets to have to play in that too. Here's a fun article I found I'm going to share with you. It's called Places That Have the Worst Germs. It's courtesy of WebMD. So I'm just going to read these off and kind of opine on each one. Remember that you can leave a comment on most of these places that I have my podcast hosted to. If you can't call in directly, this isn't a call-in show yet, but you can leave a comment in the comments section of most of the places where this show is hosted or uploaded to. So feel free, if you got something you want to say, or if you want to share anything that you're thinking about as you're listening to this, feel free to do it. Just don't do it while you're driving a car. That's all I ask. All right. Places that have the worst germs, courtesy of WebMD. Touch screens. While it may come as no surprise that these are germy, they are touch screens after all. One study found some disturbing kinds of germs on them. Tests on screens at 8 fast food restaurants found fecal bacteria, that's what comes from your butt, that cause the kind of infections you can pick up in a hospital, as well as staphylococcus, which can cause blood poisoning. You're better off dealing with the line and ordering at the counter. Number 2, hand dryers. Every time you flush, a spray of bacteria-filled droplets flies out into the bathroom air. Scientists call that a toilet plume. Where do all these germs go? Maybe into that old-fashioned wall-mounted dryer. A new study says that they're spreading germs with every blast of air. What about those fancy jet dryers? One group of researchers says that they too shoot germs into the air at warp speed. But their makers say they're fitted with a special filter to prevent that. The safest bet may be the old-fashioned paper towels. Swimming pools. Yes, a water park full of kids can have 22 pounds of poop floating around. Youngsters can carry as much as 10 grams of leftover feces on their rear ends. They don't wash it off before they jump in either. And all that poop just rinses off into the pool. It adds up, and chlorine does not kill everything. Your best line of defense? Try not to swallow any of the water. Gyms. If your gym offers a way to clean the equipment before you use it, do it. Even though you go there to get healthy, the place is home to a wide range of germs. That's because bacteria make the leap from our skin to anything we touch. One study shows that free weights and elliptical machine handles were home to species uncommonly found in bathrooms. Also, when you're done using it, spray it off, just like you would spray it off before you use it. Restaurant menus. Some have 100 times more bacteria than a toilet seat. Even though tons of people touch them, most only get wiped down once a day, if that, and usually with a dirty rag. Don't wash your hands before you sit down. Instead, scrub up after you order, and never lay your silverware on top of the menu. Oh, that just makes my skin crawl there. Fruit wedges. Like to squeeze a little lemon into your water? Researchers looked at dozens of wedges from the rims of restaurant glasses. They found that nearly 70% of lemons had disease-causing microbes, including E. coli, and feces that could lead to some nasty stomach issues. Next time, take your iced tea lemon-free. Water fountains. We don't have a lot of water fountains anymore, but I remember when I was a kid in elementary school that we'd line up and everybody'd get a chance to go to the water fountain, and I'd always watch a couple people ahead of me put their lips and their mouth right on the spigot instead of just letting the water go and then they drink the water. They would put their mouth right on it, and even at a young age like that, it disgusted me. Think twice before you take a sip at your kid's school. The water spout could be dirtier than the bathroom. That's because the bathrooms are cleaned regularly. Have you ever seen someone cleaning a drinking fountain? Just carry a bottle of water with you instead. Soap dispensers. This is one I always get a little weird about. Those sudsy pumps are a breeding ground for bacteria. Think about it. From the stall to the sink, there's no telling what your hands can pick up. Scrub at least 20 seconds and carry hand sanitizer. And before you reach for that door handle, think about how many people don't wash after using the restroom. My problem with soap dispensers is not enough of them are hands-free. Same with the towels. You have to actually touch the soap dispenser and somehow either push or pull on a lever to get the soap to come out. God knows how many people have touched that. And I always think to myself, well, if they don't wash their hands after they've taken a bathroom break, to put it mildly, why would they be touching the soap dispenser? I mean, that's logical. But it's a bathroom and the germs are all over the place. And it's the same with the towels. You've either got to pull, or if the towels aren't coming out, you've got to touch something to push or roll that little red thing to get the towels to come out to where you can actually grab the towels and get it enough to where you can use them, but you're still touching stuff. And then the door handle, of course. You got the guy that just got done wiping his ass, coming out of the bathroom stall, walking right past you, washing your hands, grabbing that door handle with his hand, and then going out to get into the salad bar line. So I like casinos. A lot of the casinos in the airports I'm seeing now, they have like an S shape where there's no doors at all. One, you walk in, you go through like an S shape, you end up in the bathroom. Toilets are on the right. The urinals are on the left. Sorry, ladies, this is for the guys. I haven't been in a woman's bathroom in a long time. But, and then you go around another corner inside there, and there's sinks on both sides where you can wash your hands. So, and then on the way out, there's another S shape. Doors are marked. Actually, they're not locked. Actually, they're not marked. You just go in either way. But the gist of it is there's no door handle that you need to try to open, or anything like that where you've got to find a paper towel to pull open the door and then throw the paper towel into the garbage can, which is hopefully right by the door. Otherwise, I just throw it on the damn ground because I'm not getting any more involved with what I have to do. Maybe they can take the hint that they need to put a garbage can right there by the door. Anyway, that's my opining on that. Shopping carts. You might pick up way more than a loaf of bread when you go to the store. Your cart's handle could be home to 11 million microorganisms, including some from raw meat. And just think about all the dirty diapers on that seat, the same ones you put your produce on. Many stores are offering bacterial wipes these days. Use them. I know people have seen me grab a couple of them and walk into the store wiping the handle off, wiping everything down, probably chuckling to themselves, "Eh, look at that freaking germaphobe." Yeah, nobody's laughing now, huh? Elevator buttons. If you shudder when you have to touch a door handle, be wary of elevator buttons too. Push them with your elbow, take the stairs, or have a sanitizer on hand. Hotel rooms. There are quite a few more extras in here than the mint on your pillow. The TV remote is the dirtiest item. Give it a quick wipe before you're channel surfing. Other germ sources: the bedside lamp switch, the bedspread, hairdryer, telephone, and unwrapped drinking glass. I always take Lysol with me and spray down pretty much all these items they just listed here. And always, always, always shut the toilet before you flush it, because those droplets come flying out are full of bacteria and they go everywhere. Playgrounds. Playgrounds and Chuck E. Cheese. I'm going to add Chuck E. Cheese to this because every time I go into one, I want to wear a hazmat suit. Grubby little fingers grab slides and swings one after another, but playgrounds are rarely clean. The worst spot is the sandbox with 36 times more germs than a cafeteria tray. That's because bacteria love nothing more than hiding out in a warm, moist place. Comes stocked with hand sanitizers and wipes. ATMs, keypads, cash, and revolving door bank customers equal ick. In fact, the flu virus can live on a dollar bill for 17 days, but no one uses gloves or tissues to handle money. As for the ATMs, companies hope to roll out touchscreens with antimicrobial glass to fight cold and flu. For now, though, your best defense is to press the button with a pen. All right, enough grossing you out for right now. Those were my notes for that. I'm going to give you some reasons for not one. Oh, Oh, here we go. Yeah. I also did, when I do these, I have to look at both sides of the issue. So, of course, the other side of the issue is, why do I need to wash my hands? And I found, I did not print it off, I thought I did, but I found a study that came out of the UK, and it looked like college students, and they interviewed them. And here are some reasons that some of those kids gave for not washing their hands. Okay, I should put up a warning here because this is pretty gross. All right, reasons given for not washing their hands. Well, I didn't touch myself when I went to the bathroom, so why should I have to wash my hands? That's one. I didn't want to use up valuable resources or hurt the planet. And of course, they're talking about paper, or the soap destroying the planet. Uh, I didn't have time. People just wash their hands because that's what they see in films. I'm not making this up, folks. This is stuff that's actually quoted in this article. I use sanitizer after I do my business. And the one that grossed me out the most is I wiped my bum, but my hands didn't touch my bum. The paper did. Okay, that's all I'm going to leave you with right there. Uh, Pretty disgusting, pretty gross. And this isn't even talking about what we're going on with the coronavirus thing. This is just disgusting hygiene. So, anyway, when to wash your hands. As you touch people, surfaces, and objects throughout the day, you accumulate germs on your hands. You can infect yourself with these germs by touching your eyes, nose, or mouth, or spread them to others. Although it's impossible to keep your hands germ-free, washing your hands frequently can limit the transfer of bacteria, viruses, and other microbes. Always wash your hands before preparing food or eating, treating wounds or caring for a sick person, inserting or removing contact lenses. Always wash your hands after preparing food, using the toilet, changing a diaper, or cleaning up a child who has used the toilet, touching an animal, animal feed, or animal waste, blowing your nose, coughing, or sneezing, treating wounds or caring for a sick person, handling any kind of garbage, handling pet or pet treats, and also wash your hands when they are visibly dirty. All right, I have left a link on my Facebook page from the CDC on how to wash your hands, and it's generally best to wash your hands with soap and water. Soap and water don't kill germs, they work by mechanically removing them from your hands. Running water by itself does a pretty good job of germ removal, but soap increases the overall effectiveness by pulling the unwanted material off the skin and into that running water that goes down to the drain. Over-the-counter antibacterial soaps are no more effective at killing germs than regular soap is, but you want to follow these steps. Wet your hands with clean running water, either warm or cold. Apply soap and lather well. Rub your hands vigorously for at least 20 seconds. Now that 20 seconds has been figured out to be the same length of the Happy Birthday song or the ABC song. Now you don't have to sing this out loud, but sing it in your head or count to 20. And then remember to scrub all the surfaces, including the back of your hands, the wrists, between your fingers, and under your fingernails. Now I do the fingernails by putting in the palm of my hand plenty of suds, and then I just rub my fingernails in that palm of my hands with the suds, and I do both hands that way, and my thumbs, and I always keep my nails as closely trimmed as I can as well. But then you want to rinse your hands really well, and then dry your hands with a clean, disposable towel after you're done. So in closing, we want to just remember that washing your hands, yes, it does protect you, from a lot of different things. But by washing your hands, it shows that you've got some respect for other people, because when you wash your hands, you're keeping your hands clean before you touch something that everybody else in the world is possibly going to touch as well. Always remember to wash your hands before preparing food or eating. Always wash your hands before preparing food or eating. Always wash your hands before you're treating a wound or caring for a sick person. And always remember to wash your hands before inserting or removing contact lenses or dentures. Always wash your hands after you prepare food, use the toilet or change a diaper, touch an animal, blowing your nose, coughing or sneezing, treating a wound or caring for a sick person, and handling garbage or pets. Always wash your hands when they are visibly dirty. All right, folks, remember, it's very preventable to keep things from spreading. Watching the news, looking at social media, everybody's in a panic. Wash your hands. If you don't feel good, stay home. If you're throwing up or have diarrhea, stay home. Self-quarantine, be smart, always wash your hands, and be safe. I love you. Thanks a lot for listening. Don't forget to check out those links down in my profile, and have a good day.